Oh man, feels good
Fuck
to be
Skype.
back. Fuck this. You're like never gonna let me forget that. And I actually hate you.
So
for that.
funny.
Wow. Mondi, what's
Hey,
going
man.
on, man? We back. We looking good.
back.
Or at least one of us is. I don't know, but hey,
Yeah,
you're
one of us
sounding. You're sounding good though.
I'll take it.
Okay, there you go. Hey, news, reviews, updates, tidbits, factoids, all that fun shit that we love, man. We got a lot of things to discuss, I hear.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Let's start it off with your favorite segment, trailers. We have the first trailer for I Am Groot season 2.
Oh, God.
Has been released on Disney Plus. September 6th is when it's coming. What are your thoughts on Groot season 2, baby?
Yeah, you're funny. When you tagged me in this, I thought you were trolling, and then I was like, oh, like, no, like, niggas dead ass made a season 2 of I Am Groot. I would not be watching this, just like I didn't watch the first one. Especially after you told me that it literally doesn't matter, just a whole bunch of unfortunate events. I don't give a fuck. This is Marvel's problem. They think that they can just do anything, that niggas like me are just going to watch it. No, I'm not. And I consider myself a hardcore. I absolutely am not going to give in. I'm not going to let you just do this and get away with it. I'm going to literally unsubscribe from Disney Plus when this comes out. And
Shut the fuck up.
I'm going to.
Shut the fuck up.
What do you think, Monty? What do you think about this season 2?
You one of those niggas that think unsubscribing means anything to those billion-dollar companies.
Yeah, it literally doesn't matter.
Anyway, but no, I mean, like you, I'm a uber MCU fan. I've watched everything, including season 1 of this stupid ass show. This might be the first MCU property that I skip. I'm not gonna lie, just because I know it's just 5 inconsequential shorts. They're like 5 minutes long. It's honestly, I don't even think it's for us. It's just for the kids, probably, for like little kids. Like it's like one of those like silent movies type shit. Like it's just so fucking stupid. So yeah, I will pass. I Am Groot season 2.
Wow. You heard it here first. Okay.
I know the first MCU thing. Honestly, I'll feel I'll feel so much anxiety. I'll like, I have to watch it. Just, I might miss a reference.
You won't.
I
You literally
won't.
won't.
Next MCU trailer is for Loki. Season 2 has been released. It's coming October 6th on Disney Plus. It's got the biggest trailer debut ever for a Disney Plus series with 80 million views in the first 24 hours. What are your thoughts?
Interesting. Well, you know what? You go first in this, Monty. I would love to hear your perspective because coming from me, I'm just going to sound like a hater. So what do you think about this?
Yeah, so Loki season 1, me and you both weren't the highest on it.
Right.
It's one of those things though where after hearing other people talk about it and how much they love it, it kind of helped me appreciate it a little bit more, if that makes any sense. And so I am going into season 2 with a little bit of, I guess, hopefulness and just. But now that I have like an expectation of what the tone already is going to be for Loki season 2, maybe I'll enjoy it a lot more. I'm happy to see Majors as Kang, and so. Honestly, the trailer itself didn't give me anything much more than what I got in season 1 in terms of its tonality and everything like that. It's so crazy that Secret Invasion has a higher budget than this show. It doesn't look like it, but yeah, I mean, I'll be tuning in for sure. I think it had the biggest debut ever just because it's a season 2, so it already has that attached fan base. And Loki's one of the most popular staple characters in Marvel. So, but yeah, what are your thoughts on the overall trailer?
Yeah, honestly, I mean, you pretty much said what I was going to say. It didn't look much different tonally from what we got in season 1, and because I wasn't a huge fan of season 1, this didn't tickle me. I mean, like I was just like, okay, another Loki season, cool. It is good to see a different variant of Kang because we don't want what we saw in season 1 ever fucking again. It was good to see Owen Wilson and Ki-Hu Kwang, but to say that I'm excited for this would be just a lie. Like I'm not really excited for this, but I will say because I feel like I know what I'm getting myself into anyway because of what we saw in season 1. Maybe my expectations will be lower and it'll be easier for me to enjoy the show. Because, longtime listeners will know, back when all these shows originally got announced, I was most excited to see Loki, the first season. So my expectations were through the roof of the show, and it just didn't deliver in my personal opinion. So, we'll see what happens with season 2. Of course, I'm going to be watching week to week like everyone else, but I don't really have any expectations for this, and the trailer didn't, rise any expectations that I may or may not have. So, yeah. All
right, cool. Next trailer is for Illumination's new animated film, Migration. It's coming out on December 22nd in theaters, so we're on that Christmas release. They have high hopes for it when you have that kind of release date. What are your thoughts on this Migration trailer from the same studios as Super Mario Brothers?
Yeah, I've seen the trailer a lot of times. I guess this and Dracula on a Boat is just one of those that only showed in Regal or whatever. Because
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. I feel like you took a long time to tag me this or to just discuss about it anyway. But it looked funny and quirky and stupid and ridiculous. All the things you want in like an animation type film. To say that I'm going to be there opening night may be a little bit of an understatement, but or an overstatement, I should say.
I'm about to say, damn, nigga excited.
Gonna be there Tuesday, bitch.
Yeah, for migration? Okay.
No. I will say the most recent trailer gave us a little more, and it showed us Aquafina, and longtime listeners will know that I'm a huge Aquafina fan at this point. She could do no wrong except for. What's the movie she was in with Nicholas Hoult and Nicolas Cage? Ramsey. Yeah, that shit was ass. She was terrible in that. But hey, literally everything else she's been in, she's been amazing. So yeah, I'm expecting her to be amazing in this, and I can't wait to see this movie. Yeah, I won't be there opening night, like I said, but I will definitely check this out. What do you think?
Okay, yeah. Well, first of all, the Aquafina thing is so funny. I have like 2 little cousins, like 5 and 7, and they just know Aquafina's voice so well. Like they love her. Like for example, when she was in like Little Mermaid, they were like, "That's Aquafina."
Yeah,
because they recognize her voice from Raya and the Last Dragon, and they recognize her from The Bad Guys. And so I'm pretty sure when they see this trailer, they'll say the same thing. Mm-hmm. She gets cast in all these little stupid kid roles, but the movie itself, I mean, it looks cool, man. I mean, I love when trailers like can like utilize good music. Like they did the fuck out of that Beyonce Destiny's Child song, like that Survivor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it just I don't know. I love when trailers can like make a good song attached to the trailer. But yeah, I mean overall like it's just like a cool kids movie, something different. I'll check it out probably.
Yeah, you will.
I think Illumination's on the rise too, man. Because Pixar I think is on the decline. Illumination might be on the incline.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, do y'all see what he trying to do there?
Shut the fuck
decline.
up.
It's an decline.
No, I was not trying to sound like profound. Okay, I hate you. Okay, we have the first teaser for the Spy Kids reboot has been released.
Oh, Jesus.
What are your thoughts on the Spy Kids reboot? Were you a fan of the old Spy Kids, and then go into your thoughts on the Spy Kids reboot?
Come on, I mean, look, any kid born in the '90s that watched any of the Spy Kids movies, you were instantly hooked. I do think that
guy.
I do think that they got progressively worse, but maybe that's just because I was getting older, and they just weren't as fun as the older I was getting. I don't know. Spy Kids 3D can go to fucking hell. That's my opinion.
You're crazy.
No, it can't.
You're crazy.
Yeah, stop. The first one's still the best in my opinion, but yeah, I would not be watching this. This looks terrible. This looks like but look, this isn't for me. Clearly, this is not for me or my generation. This is for the niggas that are 10 years old now. So I hope they enjoy it, and I hope the movie makes a lot of money and that they can have something for them. But I will not be spending my hard-earned money to watch this on any streaming platform or any movie theater, wherever the fuck it's going to be. I will not.
So yeah, same here. It's just past my time, man. And first of all, I was a huge fan.
My time.
I was a huge fan of the original Spy Kids, all 3 of them. I mean, I think 1 might be the best film, but 2 is pretty good film too. 3 is not it's not a good film at all, but it's so entertaining. Anyway, shout out Zachary Levi, even though he's about to get canceled. He's in this movie. And also, it's weird having director Robert Rodriguez come back to do the reboot, because typically when you have a reboot of something, you don't take the same director from the old property and bring him back to reboot his own movie, but that's kind of cool. So maybe he can bring that Spy Kids magic from the old ones, but yeah. Yeah.
He won't.
We have the trailer for A24's the first musical called Dicks, the musical, starring Megan Thee Stallion, Aaron Jackson, and Josh Sharp, in theaters September 29th. Did you get a chance to watch this trailer?
No.
Okay. Okay. Well,
tell me what you think, Money. Okay.
It looks super, super duper weird. I'm not gonna lie. I love musicals, honestly, but this one looks. I have to hear about it first. I want to support Megan Thee Stallion or whatever, but
shut up. I hate you.
What?
Whenever Monty says I have to hear about it first, all that means is he's not going to see it Thursday. He's going to see it fucking Friday. Like, this nigga here really thinks that he's gonna I don't know, but I got to hear about it. Shut up. Who are you?
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll probably on Saturdays.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it does look super weird though. And last trailer here is for a movie called Satanic Hispanics, which is a very interesting kind of premise here. It's got 5 different scary stories from 5 different directors, Latin directors, Spanish directors. It's like I guess like a, what's the word in Star
Anthology?
Wars? Yeah, anthology, but a movie like coming to theaters, which is I've never seen it before. I don't think so. An anthology series or anthology movie with 5 different little short films inside of one, coming September 14th. You didn't see the trailer for this, you said, but if I was you to check it out as a fan of horror, I mean, it looks like it could be cool. This is another one where honestly I do feel like I have to hear from other people because I've just never seen a movie with this kind of format.
Right.
But this is what horror might need because a lot of the horror movies I've been seeing lately have just been so derivative. So who knows? We'll see.
Okay.
One little video game news here, guys, is Nintendo is reportedly releasing a next generation console during the second half of next year. What I'm trying to think, like, what could a new console do more than this, the Switch, besides maybe better graphics? What do you think could be better about Nintendo?
It's so funny. It's so funny how like you kind of just wrote that off, but that's like a huge thing that a lot of people want with Nintendo. We've been in 4K gaming for like the past 5 years, and Nintendo is still at 1080p. And for a lot of video game snobs, that really matters. So I think, I mean, honestly, that's going to be like the bulk of it, right? Like they're going to be brought up into 4K gaming, like true 4K gaming. But as somebody who's been playing Nintendo since literally the Nintendo and like the Game Boy in the 90s, like I honestly don't think it matters for Nintendo anymore. Like they kind of just dropped the mic when they made Breath of the Wild, when they made Tears of the Kingdom, and you know they kind of just proved again that they can do what the fuck they want, and they're going to make $1 billion per game, and they're going to be successful. They've got the IP to literally do whatever they want. They still own Pokemon, Mario, Zelda, Donkey Kong. They just made $1 billion with Super Mario Bros. Like they don't care. They care about more so the gameplay and like the experiences that you have together, which, you know, honestly, it was something that I thought was old fashioned when Xbox Live was taking off and online gaming was taking off. I was just like, who gives a fuck about having 4 guys together in a room playing split screen? Like that's so 90s. Like it's so stupid. But Nintendo has not gone away from that formula. Like, obviously they offer online gaming now, but it's not to the extent that Xbox and PlayStation are at. So them making a next generation console is cool, but ultimately, is it going to mean anything or is it going to impact gaming? I seriously doubt it. Nintendo's going to continue to do what they do, and until they're proven wrong, they kind of can. I mean, they're kind of king in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I made that comment about the graphics just because, like, I thought their target demographic is kids anyway, or families, and like, do kids care about 4K gaming? I mean, maybe so. I don't know. I'm out of the loop. I'm not in the video game community, but that's why I said that. So, let's go to a little sad segment here. A couple deaths in Hollywood. The first one, Paul Rubens, who played the iconic Pee Wee Herman. He had a silent battle with cancer. He passed away. I used to watch Pee Wee as a kid, like in school for some reason. I don't know why they made us watch it. Did you ever watch Pee Wee?
No, I didn't. It's so funny, though. The only reason I know about Pee Wee Herman is because of the WWE. He was like a special guest on there once or twice. And I was just like, who the fuck is this wacky dude? Like, Pee Wee Herman. Like, what the fuck is this? But yeah, man, it sucks. He's silent battle with cancer. He's passed away. It sucks for him. RIP. He lived a long life, I think. He was like 70 or 80, right?
I'm not sure, but anyway, and also rest in peace to Angus Cloud. What? You're fucking crazy. Angus Cloud, Fezco from Euphoria, man, passed away at age 25. Details still a little unclear. It's been reports that his father did pass away a week before he died, so we don't know if it's linked to that. He was dealing with depression with that or whatever, and we don't know. At first, it was reports that he kind of took his own life through overdosing, but then his mom came out and said he wouldn't do that. We think it was an accidental overdose. We don't know. But regardless, though, a talent, man. I saw a tweet that summed it up perfectly. This dude has 0 acting experience, came in Euphoria and had such an impactful role. He was so many people's favorite character. But even outside of that, people just always express he's that guy. Like, he's just a genuine person. And so it really sucks, man. The good ones do seem to go young these days. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, man. Almost couldn't believe it when I saw the news. It really, really does suck. I mean, obviously we didn't know him personally, but great actor on Euphoria. Sure, he would have had a long career ahead of him. And yeah, it just sucks, man. You know, losing your parents is something that I haven't had to deal with, and hopefully, I'll be a little more sane and be able to make more rational decisions. But yeah, I mean, it has to be one of the worst feelings in the world. So yeah.
You're having some wild takes today, but okay. You've been saying some off the wall shit. I've been letting you slide, but okay. Me, I ain't crazy as fuck. Not me though. Anyway, let's talk about. Guys, we're not laughing at the situation. We're laughing at something else. Let's talk about some review.
Holy fuck! I'm gonna edit this out. I'm not going down like this. What the fuck is wrong with you, bitch? You could just let me live. God,
you're crazy. Why would you say?
Damn. I'll try to be profound, nigga. God, you over here just gotta call me out. You fucking bitch. Leave me alone.
He said, I mean, I'm saying, but for people who is saying, I mean, nigga, what? Like, you could have totally not said that.
That's not
but okay.
what I said. You're making stuff up.
Anyway, okay. So, guys, let's talk some reviews now. I've only got one show review. Did you watch any shows? Did you watch the Invincible special?
I did, yeah.
Okay, well, I'll let you talk about that after my show. All right, so we have The Witcher. The Witcher Season 3 review.
Yeah, this season's been getting shitted on. So what do you think?
It has, man. I don't think it's nearly as bad as everybody is saying it is. The show creators did come out and say something along the lines of, we had to dumb the show down because American audiences aren't understanding it. I've been on record saying many times with the show, I do love it, but it's confusing as hell. I find myself going to watch YouTube explain videos on what's going on. Mm-hmm. But I kind of find that endearing about the show because it makes the world just feel so much lived in. But I get why somebody would be. Anyway, Season 3. The show is at its strongest when the three main characters that it's based off of, Geralt, Yennefer, and Ciri, are all together. The show makes a point to always try to split them up for some reason. Like as soon as we get them together and it's that chemistry, everybody bouncing back and forth off each other. Oh, there's a side mission, Geralt has to go away or whatever. And I don't know why they keep doing that formula. Like the fans just want to see those three together. Now, it is based off a book and video game, which I have no prior knowledge on. So maybe that happens in the book. Maybe they constantly get split up or in the game or whatever. I'm not sure. I'm still finding myself having to go to YouTube, not because I don't understand the gist of the overall story, but it does help fill in a lot of the context and a lot of the blanks for me. And it just makes it an overall better viewing experience. The monster design in the show is still top tier. It's probably the best in any media out right now. Like, it's just got some fucking cool ass monsters. There's one monster in Season 3 where it's like a girl. It's like 5 girls meshed together into one little monster, like the arms and legs everywhere. It's just so cool and creative. I love the diversity in the show. It's nothing to see a black elf or a Mexican mage or something. It doesn't feel forced. It feels like this is just the world that they live in. And why wouldn't the fantasy world have this kind of problem? Lord of the Rings, take notes. Game of Thrones, take notes. But overall, in terms of the backlash it's been getting, I do understand it. Every season feels like just build up to something that we never get any payoff for. For me, my enjoyment comes from the fact that I'm just enjoying the ride so much, but I do understand how a fan could easily get frustrated with that. And this season was put up into 2 parts that I don't understand why. It's one of those, it kind of made sense in a show like Stranger Things or like Ozarks, but with this kind of show, it made no sense to have the season put up besides Netflix obviously wanting a money grab, because it was such a abrupt cutoff and we had to wait a month just to get no kind of resolve or payoff for that. So it does suck seeing Henry Cavill his last time here as Geralt. Next time he would be played by Liam Hemsworth accordingly, apparently. So that's going to suck. I think it's going to lose a lot of fans when that happens because fans do love Henry Cavill in this role. Overall, I give Season 3 a B- though.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Let me hear your thoughts on the Invincible special, Adam Eve.
Yeah. Adam Eve. I thought that it was decent, but honestly, it wasn't really needed. The fight scenes were great. They had great choreography. The animation was top tier. You could tell that they put a lot of the budget into those scenes in particular, which was cool. Adam Eve is super OP. Like them even trying to explain her powers was a little what she can do, huh? What? Basically she can create and destroy matter, which okay, cool. But and it works on not just objects, but it works on
organic stuff.
Yeah, apparently, she'll get to the point where she can do it on organic things too, like humans and animals and shit like that. So, okay, cool.
But she did in the special too, though.
With the dog, right?
At the end, when she erased her memories, that was wow, she could do that too.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. But yeah. Ultimately, this didn't really make me more excited to see Invincible Season 2. It was a cool little side quest, but if I never saw this, I wouldn't think that I was missing anything. I give it a C.
Oh wow, I feel like I enjoyed it more than you and everybody else did too. It was like needed material, but it was just like something cool, like to kind of get you back in the fields of the Invincible world. You didn't feel that at all. You just thought it was nothing.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Literally,
You didn't care about her backstory at all.
not at all. Didn't give a fuck. Sorry,
Oh.
I just didn't care. But hey,
All right.
I watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah, who cares?
Okay.
Let's move on, please.
Let's talk about some movies. The big one here, well, one of the big ones is TMNT Mutant Mayhem, the review. What are your thoughts on the movie?
You can go first, Money. I think this is another one that you're probably going to enjoy a little more than I did.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed this, man. I thought it was great. The first thing that stood out to me was the art style, man. It was amazing. I loved how everything was just so asymmetrical and like it looked kind of off kilter. Everybody looked weird, but it kind of, I don't know, it just made it feel cool. Like I feel like I've been seeing like a lot of people online saying like the Into the Spider-Verse has inspired so many different kind of styles of animation besides that classic Disney Pixar 3D style. And
Yeah.
I think if so, good, because I was tired of that style anyway. I love the fact that, which I praised about in just the trailer, was that we have actual fucking teenagers voicing these Teenage Mutant Turtles. I haven't seen it before in any Turtles medium. It just made them feel like so much more like kids. I mean, I have some cousins that are 14, 15 in that age range, and they nailed it in terms of just the interactions. That scene that's been going on online, that's been like really popular right now with them talking about like the bacon, egg, and cheese. Seth Rogen went on the interview and said like that's when we had the kids. Like at first we had them like in voice studios set like different places, but we all brought them in together and let them just kind of banter and have improvise, and that's how that scene came about. And you can just tell, man, it just felt like such organic, actual kids just having fun with that teenage energy. The voice acting was great. What the fuck is wrong? This is why I hate this nigga, bro.
Go ahead.
What's up? What's up, bro?
Man, go ahead.
What's funny?
You fucking love that teenage energy, huh? Go, roll the fuck up, Monty. Jesus Christ. God. They were voiced by 15-year-olds. This is how 15-year-olds really act. You're 30. Like, what? Like, come on, bro. Like, what?
First of all, bitch, that does matter because they're called the fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
All right. Okay. Go
Being a
ahead.
teenager is a big part of their identity. Anyway, the overall voice acting, was great all the way around. Not even with the kids, but I thought Io Debris April was great. Now her design, that's another conversation. But the actual voice acting, I loved her spin on Nigger April. I loved her spin on April. But for me, Paul Rudd was good as Mondo Gecko. He was hilarious. But the standout was Ice Cube. I mean, as a Superfly, bro. That was like. That might be the best casting of 2023 so far, and it came out of nowhere.
It's not.
I didn't think
it's close.
I didn't think I needed it, but it worked so well. Ice Cube just doing all his Ice Cube isms with that role. I was like, why is this nigga cursing like?
Yeah, bro. It's so funny you say this because I literally in my notes I have like it felt like every time Superfly was going to speak, he was about to cuss. Like it was just funny to me. Like everything. Like hold on, y'all some motherfucking turtles, huh? Like bro, like Ice Cube. He's rated PG, bro.
I'm not like one time something like hit his leg. He's like, what the hell was that? I'm like, okay, I wonder how parents are gonna feel about that. But anyway, overall, like I said, bro, I think we're getting spoiled by animation this year, bro. Like when it comes to like Super Mario Brothers or Into the Spider-Verse, I gave both of those A's. I think this is A as well. I gave this an A minus, man. I really enjoyed it. I'm looking that much more forward to the sequel and the animated series that's confirmed with the same voice cast. Yeah, man. Also, I want to point out as well, I love how every single TMNT movie has that one scene where they just like show you the splinters of that nigga. And we had it again in here with voiced by Jackie Chan brilliantly, by the way. And they kind of use Jackie Chan's own actual in-life fighting style, just using like everything around him, and they kind of incorporated that with Splinter, which I thought was a really neat touch. And also stay around for the mid-credit scenes, guys. If you didn't know, there's a mid-credit scene as well. With, of course, you can probably predict who's it going to be, but that got a lot of reaction out of my crowd. But what are your thoughts? Sorry.
Yeah, so like I said, you enjoyed it more than I did, which is totally fine. I'm glad you gave it. I mean, I'm glad you loved it enough to give it an A. The third act in this movie almost lost me, bro. I'm not gonna lie. And it's so funny because typically I'm not the guy that gives a fuck about the big third act where there's got to be this big Megazord thing and you got to come together. And it almost lost me. I'm sorry. But overall, I still actually really enjoyed this, and I didn't think that I was going to. The things that bothered me about the film, the reason why I couldn't give it an A, it seemed like they kind of rewrote the lore a little bit to the extent, and I didn't really enjoy that.
Yeah, fans have been hating that.
Yeah, I mean, but like, I I'm not gonna say hate it because I didn't hate it, but it took me aback to a point where I was like, okay, I'm trying to see why they're making these decisions, and I'm trying to see where this is going to go. So, whenever this trilogy or however many they're going to make is done, I'll give a final judgment. But as of right now, I don't hate it, but I definitely did not love that aspect. I was like, whoa, whatever. Honestly, their entire origin was just completely different. Splinter's origin was completely different. Like this nigga, he's not Master Splinter, he's just Splinter, which is cool, whatever. I kind of liked the ninja master pupil aspect that they had with Splinter. That's just not in the film at all. Like he's just their dad, which is cool. Cool. It's like
he did train him, but you're right. He's not a master. You're right.
Yeah. But like I said, like them just having a father instead kind of brought a little more to the movie. Like that scene where he took them out into the real world and he was being gullible about how they would be treated. It was like really impactful. Like I was okay, this is a good scene here to show that humans are not as nice as you think they are, especially the majority. I think April nailed it, where she was just like, yeah, no, like this isn't gonna fly. Sorry, like there's no world where you niggas gonna be able to just walk around. But of course, that was the ending resolution to the film. But Jackie Chan's Splinter. I'm just a Jackie Chan stan, so of course I enjoyed it. But like you, the standout for me was Ice Cube, bro. Like every time he spoke, I was just laughing.
I was laughing.
It was just so funny to hear his voice come out of that big ass whatever it was.
Fly? What the fuck?
The mutant fly, nigga. It's not just a fly, bitch.
Superfly.
Anyway.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up. Thank you. Oh my god. The funniest scene of the movie for me was the puke joke with April. Bro, I was dying laughing. Like that was just so funny. And like it's so funny. Like the world we live in. Like I mean, obviously, like neither one of us never really experienced this because we're older. But like if you fuck up in public, like you're going viral. Like it's just so funny. Like you just go viral. Like all of a sudden you're puke girl. But yeah, I really got a kick out of that. And of course, the relationship between the turtles was fantastic. I think they absolutely nailed it. They are just teenage boys goofing around, having fun, joking on each other. Like this nigga's name was Leonardo. Like that shit had me dying laughing. I really enjoyed it, man. It's just, I think the thing that I get this film would be the thing that kept me from giving it an A were the lore changes. But maybe there's time. Maybe I don't fucking know. And yeah, the mid-credit scene. Get the fuck out of here, bitch. Get the fuck out of here, bitch. The Shredder. Yeah, that shit was. Come on, yeah. I was the nigga going crazy in the theater. I'm like, let's go. So yeah. I loved it.
Yeah, just last thing. I'm glad you brought up that lore thing because like so many like purists Ninja Turtles like have been going crazy about the lore. Like they're trying to like ban the movie because the lore is so different. My only concern with the lore though is this one thing at the end where, spoiler, I guess all the villains besides Superfly are now like friends with the Turtles. Mm-hmm. Like how is that going to play out in future iterations? Like are they going to turn back to their evil? Like I don't know. Like it just doesn't. Why would you have Rocksteady and Bebop as friends of the Turtles? I've never seen that before. And like they're all like living together. Like something has to happen to shake things up because that's just not ideal. Anyway, next review here. Before we get
real quick. Them bringing Shredder in is great, but also another lore thing is like Shredder and Master Splinter are like mortal enemies. Like it's like Scorpion and Sub-Zero, but like now in this lore they have literally no knowledge of each other. So it's gonna be.
We don't know that.
We kind of do because we saw how Master Splinter grew up. He was just a rat. Like the nigga was just a rat. He wasn't a human first. He wasn't a Rokusaki first. So yeah. Anyway, sorry. Let's move on.
Okay. Maybe Shredder was his owner and when he was a pet rat. Anyway, I'm just playing. Next review is for Gran Turismo. This movie's actually not out yet. It comes out on the 25th of August. But I went to.
So why are we reviewing it?
I was invited to an early screening. I wasn't invited. They had an early screening, and I went.
Keep up with the lie. All right, got it.
I mean, obviously, I'm not going to give any spoilers, guys, but I think this is definitely worth the watch for sure. It's based on a true story, which I had no idea even existed until about a month ago, which is an amazing true story about a young kid, playing video game / simulation, Grand Prix racing, and he gets the opportunity from Nissan. It's pronounced Nissan, which I learned in the movie, not Nissan. He gets the opportunity from Nissan to actually race competitively, and the niggas actually does well. It translates, which is just an amazing story in terms of the tone of the movie. Think like Fast and Furious mixed with a little bit of Top Gun Maverick mixed with like Talladega Nights in terms of just his overall tonality. I'm one of those niggas that I don't care about cars or racing at all, even though I work for Mercedes. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. And this movie was still able to keep me enthralled literally the entire time. So I can only imagine the people who are actually car enthusiasts, people who love racing and keep up with Lewis Hamilton and all that shit. You guys are gonna have such a blast with this movie. I learned in the movie there's a 24-hour race that takes place overseas. It was a 24-hour race when niggas are racing for 24 hours. I was like, what the fuck? That's literally insane.
It is.
And yeah, so I mean, I feel like one of the last cool things I want to point out is that when he's driving, the main character, he kind of sees the world like a video game because that's what he's used to doing. And those were some really cool sequences when they kind of showed the world slow down for him, and him seeing a turning arrow. That was just some really cool inventive, imaginative stuff. And I was driving home because I was so inspired by the movie. I'm pushing my Hyundai like this. I'm like. I'm going 90 on I-20.
Oh no!
And nigga, in a Hyundai, 90 feels like fucking 130. Okay, my car is shaking. Yeah, this is definitely going to be the better. I mean, in terms of this compared to Fast X, it does just being inside of a car so much better. You feeling the weight, the heat, the acceleration. It's just the better car movie by far. So yeah, highly recommend Gran Turismo, guys, when it comes out.
Shots fired at Fast X for no reason. All right.
Anyway, next review here is for Meg 2, The Trench.
Wait. Is this your last film?
Yeah.
Okay, I have one. Hidden Strike. Jackie Chan and John Cena.
You watched it?
Yes, nigga. Jackie Chan and John Cena. I was there opening night, bitch, on Netflix. Anyway.
It's on Netflix?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. Yep, Netflix original movie. Mm-hmm.
I thought it was in the movies. Wow. Okay.
No. Now, Monty, if you would shut the fuck up, let me get my review. Thank you. This movie was fucking terrible. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I mean, look, we saw the preview for this and we were like, wow, this doesn't look good. But I watched it anyway because it has, one of my favorite actors of all time in Jackie Chan, and it has somebody who I really respect in John Cena. So I was like, you know what? Let me not base what I think on just a trailer alone. I'm going to give this movie a chance. I'm going to watch this movie. Yeah, there's just nothing really good about it, unfortunately. Jackie Chan does better team-up movies so well. It's weird because, the Rush Hours, the Shanghai Nights, the Police Stories, he has so many better movies where there's, where it's just a team-up movie. The Forbidden Kingdom, if you want to qualify that. They're just done so much better than this. Whereas this is just... There's no real chemistry between John Cena and Jackie Chan, which sucks. Because on paper, it seems like they kind of would fit well together, especially with the stage Jackie Chan's at right now, where he's older. He can't really do the insane things that he used to do. And John Cena's obviously in peak physical form, so you feel like there'd be so much for him to do. And there just isn't. It's like a really weirdly paced action film where there's not a lot of actual action. It's very weird. It's very, very weird. And in terms of the action that's there, it's fine. It's cool, serviceable action, which we've seen a million bajillion times. But in a time where people are trying to be so new and inventive with action, in terms of John Wick Chapter 4, or even Extraction 2, you've got to kind of fucking bring it. Especially when you have a powerhouse that has done action for 50 fucking years in Jackie Chan. He barely has anything to do in the film, which is really weird. It's a really weird choice. Maybe he's just past all the stunts and all the, punches. And if that's the case, okay, fine. But there was no mention about him being old and past his prime in the movie. So, why the fuck are we not giving Jackie Chan something aside from shooting a random nigga here or there or making jokes? Don't get me wrong. John Cena and Jackie Chan are funny, but that's just because John Cena and Jackie Chan are funny. It's not like the movie makes it any better. You know what I mean? that's kind of just what you expect going into this movie with starring these two guys. But yeah, I give it a D. It just this was a bad movie. I don't recommend this.
What's the premise in a nutshell? Like, what's the premise?
There's a fight over oil in where the fuck are they? In China. There's a fight over oil in China. John Cena's there for some reason, and they team up due to a series of unfortunate events, and then chaos ensues. So that sounded kind of interesting, what I just said. But like, if you watch the movie, you're just like, oh.
How was it? Yeah. How was the nigga from Game of Thrones as the villain?
The same as he was in Game of Thrones. He was fine. They tried to play him off like he wasn't going to be the villain in the first 5 minutes when it was just so obvious that he was. And then when he turned out to be the villain, it was supposed to be like this big reveal, and we were just like, got it. So yeah.
Did you watch that video of Jackie Chan and his daughter watching his old like highlights from his old films, and they're both crying?
I mean, I saw the clip. Yeah, I don't know if there's like a full video, but yeah, I saw the clip.
Well, yeah, the clip. Yeah, that was actually really sad. But yeah, yeah.
All right. Yes, it was.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about the Meg 2, bitch. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just called Meg 2, The Trench, which is the stupidest title ever. Why not just call it The Meg 2? But because the first one was called The Meg. Anyway, Meg 2, The Trench review. I know this is your most anticipated movie of the year.
It is. Well, for the second half of the year. Yeah.
Yes. What were your thoughts on this movie?
It was amazing.
Are you being serious?
Yeah. Look, listen. Look, bro.
That's why I'll never trust any of your reviews ever.
What?
Go ahead.
Listen, we all have biases, okay? We all have things that we love, and when it's to me, this is just another Fast and Furious type. You're going to this movie to see these sharks fuck these people up, and you're going here to see Jason Statham do some ridiculous shit. Both of those things happened. I was satisfied. Like, no, seriously, like, I was so satisfied with this. Like, when me and Abby went to see this together, she was like, "That was good." I was just like, "Oh my god."
Girls are so funny.
They are.
You take them to watch Oppenheimer, they're like,
"What the fuck is this?"
Space Jam 2 Legacy.
That was amazing. Oh man, but look. There's something to that though. Both of those films, Space Jam and this, they're just easier watches, and you know what you're getting into. Your expectations are easily met, and you're satisfied. Like that's like the best thing I can say. But like, I was so satisfied watching this. Jason Statham killing two Megs with his bare hands was just. I was like, you're goddamn fucking right, bitch. It's a fucking megalodon, bitch. Like, yes, like I was here for it. Paige Kennedy. What?
Bro, like I feel like a nigga can't even kill a regular fucking great white with his bare hands. Why is this nigga killing a fucking megalodon with his bare hands? Like, that's insane.
I loved it. First of all, the fucking wing on the helicopter has to be like 600 pounds. He lifted that bitch up and just planted there. It's like, ah! Bro, I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Like, let's go. I wasn't trying to apply logic or think pieces or themes to this movie. I was here to have a fucking good time, and a good time was fucking had. Paige Kennedy, who I've been following since he was on Vine, he was obviously the standout for me with just like the comedic beats. It was I just had so much fun, and it's funny because my theater was reacting to like everything, like anytime like the shark, like the whole beach scene, like where like the Megs were coming and like they were eating all the people, they were like like it was like every Paige Kennedy joke was getting hella laughs. Like it was just great, man. I gave it a B+. I had so much fun with this movie. I got exactly what I wanted with this. What do you think about it?
I'm glad. Well, first of all, I just want to say, the internet has been tearing this movie down, shitting on it.
Yeah,
I don't think it's nowhere near as bad as what the internet is saying. I gave it a C. I was the one thing I'll say about this, I was entertained from start to finish.
Yes. Yeah.
I was like locked in, entertained. Whether it was ridiculous or not, I was entertained. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so interesting. Like the first half of this movie starts off as like great character development, like a good setup, a good build up. The whole scene with them in the trench was like gave me like underwater vibe with the movie with like Christian Store. It like kind of like horror sequences there. I was like, oh, okay, they're actually going for like trying to like take this movie kind of serious, and I was kind of digging that vibe. Then the second half of the movie kind of falls back into what I expected this movie to be: silly, goofy, sharks just doing crazy shit, Jason Statham doing crazy shit.
Yeah,
And it just felt like two different movies almost. But like I said, either way, I was entertained the whole way through. If you're like me and you hate badass kids that don't fucking listen, then buckle up, bitch, because we got one. We got one in this movie. I was damn near screaming at the damn theater at my screen because the stupid ass bitch they had in the movie. That scene when they're going through like the whole thermocline into the trench or whatever, I was just thinking to myself the whole time. I'm like, that'd be a great fucking Disney World ride. Like I stand in line for 2 hours for that. Like
Okay.
it just felt like a great like ride sequence. Like you said, Statham is doing some absolutely insane shit in this movie, killing 2 Megs with his bare hands, swimming underwater 50,000 feet. I was like, get the fuck out of here! If you hold your nose,
Yeah.
get the fuck
Pressure
out of here.
doesn't work that way. Okay.
How do you think fish swim down here?
Yeah, it's just like,
Bruh.
You're right. Tell me anything.
I bust nigga when this nigga was swimming 50,000 feet in the ocean. I busted out swimming. I mean, laughing. I was like, that's literally not ever possible. Paige Kennedy, like you said, been following him since Vine. It was so cool to see him in this movie. He's obviously like the Tyrese of this film franchise. Like he's their Roman Pierce. A lot of his jokes did land. However, it did seem very obvious. He's like just the black guy in the movie. Like, like, oh hell no, we ain't about to do that, boy. Well, you crazy? I was like, okay, you got a little overbearing at times, but his character was endearing. I'm not gonna lie, his character was endearing. I fucked with it. Yeah. And the second act of this movie just turned into like Jurassic World.
It did
essentially.
Yeah.
I was like,
which I loved. Just do it. I loved it.
I was like, okay.
The octopus grabbing people, the little shits are just running around terrorizing. Let's go. Just do it. Mayhem, baby.
Bro, wasn't it so funny when they tried to copy that? Like, I feel like they tried to copy the Harry Potter Prisoner of Azkaban scene with the Expecto Patronus.
They did. Bro,
I was like, bro, are they copying Harry Potter?
Yeah. I reached over and I was like, are they doing Expecto Patronus right now? Like, is that what's happening? I was like, what's that? It's just like,
Got the mission. Bro, they were just swirling around with the light. I was like, okay. Prisoner of Azkaban reference? I didn't expect to see that, but I'm here for it. But yeah, overall, like I said, man, entertaining through and through. But so I gave it a C. Because I do value entertainment level more than anything. So even though it was bad, everything else is bad, I was entertained thoroughly.
What? Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, let's talk some DC and Marvel news. One bit of DC news here, guys. It's pretty big. Wonder Woman 3 is reportedly in the works with James Gunn, confirmed by Gal Gadot. This is some of the weirdest news I've gotten all week. What are your thoughts on this?
It is weird, but honestly,
Oh no!
I mean, if they're gonna give me what I want, I mean, okay. I mean, sure. Is it unfair to get rid of Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck because you want younger Superman and Batwoman, but you want to cast Gal Gadot's only 30, or she's 2 years younger than Henry Cavill? I don't care. Honestly, I literally do not care. I love Henry Cavill. I've mourned already, and I'm not ready to dive back into that. So, yeah. If Gal Gadot's here to stay, fine.
I don't think she's here to stay, bro. I think if she gets Wonder Woman 3, it'll be like an Elseworld type thing, and they'll still cast their new Wonder Woman, because it makes no sense to have a young Trinity and then have Gal Gadot in there. Like, I just don't see it happening. I think maybe he's just trying to appease the fans who want this, but there's no way she's part of the new DCU in that continuity. I just don't think so. Anyway, Marvel news. It's really just only like the what's been going crazy lately is the Fantastic Four castings. At first, it was reported that Jack Quaid from The Boys was going to be a top choice to play Johnny Storm. That was shut down by him. But apparently, he's being eyed for another fan-casted role. I'm trying to think what other roles do fans want him as. Maybe Iceman, I heard, but I don't know what else. Have you heard of any of the Jack Quaid fan castings?
No.
Okay, I haven't. I haven't. But apparently, Joseph Quinn from Stranger Things, who plays Eddie Munson, will be the new Human Torch. This is not confirmed yet, but it's highly rumored, I guess, that he will be the new Human Torch. Do you have any? You know who that it is at all? The actor?
Know who he is. Don't care because nothing's confirmed. Even if it is confirmed, it's the Fantastic fucking Four. So who gives a fuck?
Don't do that. Don't you?
Nobody
do that.
cares. Nobody cares about the Fantastic Four. Marty.
Marvel's first family. Don't you do that,
my
bitch.
God, here you go.
The internet's going crazy about this news, by the way. So you're in the minority, by the way.
That's fine.
You know, I hate the idea of him being Human Torch if he is, because like Human Torch is just such an all-American boy. Like I don't want no British actor. Well, so is Superman. Henry Cavill killed it. But anyway, I just don't want no European actor coming over and taking our Johnny Storm from us. I want a nigga from Alabama playing Johnny Storm.
What?
We got.
So they can have Superman. They can have Spider-Man. They can even have Wolverine. But Johnny fucking okay. That's where you draw the line. Got it.
We got Vanessa Kirby from Hobbs and Shaw is playing Invisible Woman. She definitely looks the part. Do you have any thoughts on this at all?
Mondi, I don't care about any of these castings, bro. So you can just tell me what you think about all of these castings. I don't care because none of these are confirmed. They're not.
Hers is actually confirmed. She's confirmed as Invisible Woman.
All right, fine, cool. Vanessa Kirby is Invisible Woman. I love it. I can't wait to see her on the screen. She looks amazing. She's gonna be so cool, invisible.
But also, what's weird about her as well, that apparently Marvel is rumored that they're gonna focus on Invisible Woman as the center.
Yeah, let's talk about this bullshit. Who gives a fuck about Invisible Woman Sue Storm?
I didn't say that, guys. That's him saying that. That's him saying that.
All right, go ahead, Monty. Go ahead. Yeah, it is me. Go ahead. Tell me how much you care about a Sue Storm origin story.
No, my only thing is this. I like Invisible Woman as a character. I love her as a character, actually. But why would you take the focus off of the smartest man in Marvel and put it on her? When it makes so much more sense for Reed to be the center of the Fantastic Four, because he's literally the smartest human being in Marvel besides Victor Von Doom or Tony Stark. I don't understand, like, what value could she bring? Not okay. That value is the wrong word.
He's searching.
Moving on. Apparently, for the Thing casting, highly rumored it's going to be Ivan Moss Baccarat, who played Richie on The Bear. Do you have any thoughts on this?
No, because they said they wanted a fat white guy. He's not fat. He is white though, so that's cool. Check one box.
Okay. And anyway, guys, here's our short list to play Reed Richards. Apparently, is they have Matt Smith in the runnings from Game of Thrones, Daemon Targaryen, and Morbius. We got Dev Patel, another great actor, Indian Reed. So Sand Nigga Reed. We got Adam Driver, of course, Kylo Ren.
Man.
Do you have if you had a choice, which one would you care? Or which one do you not want to see as Reed, if any?
What? I'm not sure. I don't want to see. Well, yeah, you're right. I guess I don't want to see the Indian niggas as Reed Richards.
Wow.
I would rather it be someone comic accurate, but sure. I guess it's Adam Driver. I guess.
I think Matt Smith would be an amazing Reed.
I don't want to have to listen to him
he
put on an accent for like multiple years. I don't want to have to listen to him do that.
So is Henry Cavill doing that. So is Andrew Garfield. What are you talking about? But what you just said.
But
yeah. Anyway, bitch.
Henry Cavill's not putting on an accent, is he?
Nigga, he's not American.
Right, but that doesn't mean he's putting on an accent. Like
if you're not talking in your natural British tone or slang, whatever lingo, whatever the fuck, you're talking in an accent. You're talking in American.
Okay.
Talking in American. That sounds so fucking stupid. And Galactus will apparently be the main villain of the Fantastic Four.
And he will be Latino. Don't forget that part, Monty.
No, bro. That was the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Oh my god.
Like, bro, this inclusivity shit is crazy.
None of this
Mexican Galactus, bitch. Fantastic Four, it is I. I have come to devour your planet. Let me stop. I ain't taking that nigga serious. Let me stop.
Nigga, that is
want to be a Galactus. But I want to be a Galactus. Diego Calva casted as. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, none of this is gonna be true. Like when actual things get announced, like
It better not be, bitch.
no, none of this is true. But if Galactus is a Fantastic Four villain, what? Like what?
I mean, that's true to the comics. I don't know why they fight this nigga. Like, I don't know why they're fighting a universal eating entity, but whatever.
The whole Avengers. It better be Fantastic Four and the Avengers. That's what the movie's gonna be called.
No, it's gonna be Human Torch throwing flame ball at this. That's this nigga.
Fucking the thing gonna be on the ground. Okay, get up there.
Johnny, use supernova blast, Johnny.
Oh,
But
yeah. Sorry.
Oh yeah, but I tweeted this as well. Like Doom, Galactus. I don't know why they give these niggas these OPS villains, but they do, and they always win somehow. So Shout out Reed. Anyway, guys, last segment here is just going to be some stuff in the works right now. We have the fourth My Hero Academia movie has been announced. I mean, you had some thoughts about this on Twitter. What are your thoughts?
It's just so annoying because they're only doing this so they can prolong the seasons. Like it's like a gift and a curse when something's so popular. Like this, like Demon Slayer has this problem. Attack on Titan has this problem. Excuse me. Like fans want it so bad that they're just gonna make you like basically we get a new season of My Hero like once every 18 months, which is ridiculous. Like it's just ridiculous because we grew up on Dragon Ball and One Piece and Bleach and Naruto when those shits came out every single week. Like even now, One Piece is still coming out every week. The niggas, it's just been on since 1999, nigga. Like, like what the hell? Like it's been coming out every week, and these new gen anime just can't do it. They just can't. So, but one of the reasons why is because they keep trying to make movies every fucking year. They keep trying to make these movies. It's just a stupid cash grab, and I hate it. I'm gonna be there opening night, but I can't stand it. Like I can't stand it. Like I just, I just want them to animate My Hero Academia from the manga to the anime, and that's it. But there's too much money to be made. They'd be fools to just do that. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because this is the time we live in. It's all about the money, which sucks. But yeah, I'll be there opening night.
Same here. We have a live-action Monopoly movie in the works from Lionsgate and Hasbro.
Oh God.
Have we reached the age where everything will just be a movie at one point or another?
Yes.
Okay.
We have. Yeah. We have. Yeah.
But like, what could this movie be about? Like, just fucking real life? They're growing up and like, what the fuck? Buying a house or two?
I thought a movie about the nigga who made Hot Cheetos was ridiculous on paper, but you said you enjoyed it, right? So
I said it was entertaining enough.
There you go. So I'm sure this Monopoly movie, I mean, look, a movie about some stupid kid who wins a thing to be a race car driver sounds stupid to me, but hey, you liked it a lot, so give Monopoly a chance. You might enjoy it. I'm not watching this bullshit, but you tell me what you think.
It sounds stupid. He's gonna buy 3 houses. The third act is gonna be him turning those houses into a hotel. Like what the fuck? Who gives a fuck? Scream 7 is reportedly in the works. I know you're a big fan of the new Scream now trilogy, I guess.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? And could this new trilogy be better than the old trilogy when it's all said and done?
Ooh. Well, okay. So look, Scream 7 is well deserved. I mean, I couldn't believe how great Scream 5 and 6 were. I honestly do believe that they reinvented the character, that they reinvented or they put new life into the trilogy when they made 5 and 6. So it makes sense to 7, especially after seeing the end of 6 where they're teasing that the main character is kind of suffering from some, I don't even know what to call it, like some type of delusion, I guess.
Trauma delusion, yeah.
Maybe, yeah, where, she may end up being the killer in this next film, which is cool, I mean, typically, I don't know, yeah, every Scream film we've had, it's mostly been about finding out who the killer is. So maybe if we know who it is off rip, that'll be like even more new life into the film in Scream 7. Obviously, I have no knowledge. I don't know if that's the way they're going to go at all. But it seems like based on what we saw in 5 and 6 that that's the direction we're heading. So, yeah, I mean, I'm super excited about this. I mean, it's crazy. Scream 7, it's crazy. I shout out to them. This is great for the franchise. And I think one thing that's a little underrated is like they're like really good on social media too. With just like displaying some of the TikToks or the Twitter or whatever. I think they have like a really good marketing campaign behind them as well. So shout out to the Scream franchise. I mean, 7 films is hard to do within any medium. I mean, so the fact that they have them in this horror franchise, which is just essentially just a slasher, it's great. I love it.
Slasher and a whodunit. But when you got Jenna Ortega in your cast, I mean, it's going to market itself. The kids love her. Like she's like the Kai Cenat for Hollywood.
Yeah.
But I mean, you never answered my question. Do you think it could possibly be better than the old trilogy? I mean, I know Scream 1 is the OG classic, but just the overall trilogy itself.
Probably, because honestly, I don't hold Scream 3 in that high of regard. So Scream 1 I love, is near and dear to my heart. Scream 2 is just a decent follow-up. So right now, Scream 5 and 6 are better than Scream 1 and 2 combined, I guess. So we'll see if Scream 7 can complete that. We'll see.
Do you like Scream 4 better than Scream 3? With Hayden Panettiere?
yes, but that's not saying much.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Yeah.
And now something that isn't happening. Leslie David Baker, who plays Stanley on The Office, will be returning all donations that he raised on a Kickstarter campaign to make The Office spinoff centered around Stanley. The total that he's returning is going to be $110,000. So I don't want this, and apparently no one else does either. Because if John Krasinski announced this shit, nigga, that campaign would have got fucking $2 billion in 2 weeks, or in a week. So what are your thoughts on this? And would you have wanted a fucking Stanley spinoff? I mean, I love Stanley, but come on.
Me personally, probably not. But I mean, $110,000 worth of people did. So I don't know if we can just shit on this.
Nigga, that ain't shit for a televised show, like a syndicated show.
It's a Kickstarter. It's a Kickstarter. Like, what the heck? What do you mean?
He didn't raise shit.
I understand that he didn't raise a lot of money. All I'm saying is that he raised $110,000. That's something.
110 can't fund the fucking pilot, nigga.
Okay, money. Jesus Christ, negative Nancy over here.
I'm just saying,
I would not have wanted a Stan Lee spinoff. I would have watched it, but I would not have wanted it.
You would have watched that bullshit?
Yes. Nigga, coming from a nigga who watched I Am Groot season 1? Shut the fuck up. Like, what? Like, what? This nigga. Okay. Oh, you're funny. You're funny. Yeah, I would have watched it. Would I enjoy it? No.
Watching the finale have like Meredith in it. Oh, a callback to the original. Anyway. Oppenheimer crosses $500 million at the box office. A total surprise to me. That's a huge win for a movie like Oppenheimer. And Barbie crosses $1 billion. Any thoughts on any of that? That's the last one I got, by the way.
It's crazy. Again, marketing 101. It's crazy, like the power of the internet, man. Because I don't know if Barbie would have done as well or Oppenheimer without just the power of the internet. I honestly didn't looking at the slate of films coming out this year. Barbie wasn't one that I would have predicted to make $1 billion, but I think it's amazing that it did. But this basically just confirms that there's going to be a Barbie 2, there's going to be a Barbie TV series, there's going to be Barbie toys and all that. So be prepared for the news because it's going to come out, guys. I better not get any more Oppenheimer. I don't want any
Oppenheimer 2.
The Cold War. That'd be nuts. That'd be sick work.
I need it just for the memes.
No,
I need it just for the memes.
No.
Albert Einstein returns.
That'd be crazy. No, I don't. That'd be nuts, actually.
Noah Nolan. He's like, oh, there's this new guy who just he's in. His name is Isaac Newton.
He was just baby. He was just born in Hawaii. I think he's gonna be special. His name is like Barack Obama.
I'm there, bitch.
Oh my god. Yeah, I actually consoled myself. I'd be there opening night.
What does Obama have to do with the Cold War? Who cares, bitch? I'm there. But yeah, like I mean, a 3-hour long biopic making $500 million is literally insane. Like you said, that's just a testament to the power of the internet. Because I'm pretty sure those memes fuel so many people to go watch it who were disappointed probably when they did see Oppenheimer.
Yep.
Even though I enjoyed it obviously, but that's not for the average moviegoer at all. So, Christopher Nolan, you tricked us. You got us good. And apparently, Margot Robbie's pitch to Warner Bros. Was like, yo, like this is gonna make $1 billion. Like, and it came true. Is Barbie the new flagship at Warner Brothers besides instead of DC? Because DC can't make shit these days in terms of box office return.
Yeah, we'll see. We will see.
Barbie, Harry Potter, DC. That's crazy. But guys, that wraps it up. Do you have any thoughts?
You should have played Harry Potter. Never mind.
In terms of box office return, like Barbie made way more than like Fantastic Beasts did. That's why I said that.
Oh, you're talking about Fantastic Beasts. Oh, okay.
I mean, that's still the Harry Potter. Like that's the Wizarding World. You know, I count that as the Wizarding World. You know, that's Harry Potter.
Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2 made $1 billion apiece.
Obviously, okay. Go ahead. You know
what?
The current Harry Potter landscape is what I'm referring to.
Okay, yeah, you win. The Fantastic Beasts. Sure, nobody gives a fuck about those. Monty, great pod. You're amazing.
Please keep that Fesco bit in too, by the way.
I'm not keeping. I'm going to edit it right now.
All right, man. See you.